Have you ever wondered what happens when life is pushed to the very limits of survival? Imagine a world where everything about nature is stacked against you. Water freezes at -1.8 degrees Celsius, pressure crushes like hundreds of cars piled on top of each other, and for months, the only light is darkness. This isn't science fiction. This is Antarctica, and beneath its icy surface, creatures that look like nightmares are alive. Not because they're evil, but because they've adapted to laws of nature we can barely imagine. Water here stays at -1.8 degrees Celsius, colder than your freezer at home, and the pressure is so intense it could crush anything that doesn't adapt. Add to that the complete absence of light for months, and you get a world where life doesn't just survive, it transforms. Some fish have developed antifreeze glycoproteins in their blood, preventing ice from forming and allowing them to thrive in waters that should freeze them solid. Other species, like the icefish, lost hemoglobin entirely and survive with clear blood, perfectly adapted to these freezing, oxygen-rich waters. But the deeper you go, the stranger things get. Creatures here aren't just surviving by chance. Some giants roam the deep, while others use bioluminescence to lure prey or have spider-like legs that breathe through surface area instead of lungs. These adaptations aren't just oddities. They're solutions to some of the harshest physical conditions life could face. And these solutions might be more than just biological wonders. They could lead to new advancements in medicine, anti-icing technology, and low-temperature enzymes. Here's the kicker. Antarctica is also a climate bellwether. As the ice melts and the krill pulses begin to slow, the entire food web teeters. These survival strategies, which have helped life thrive in extreme conditions, might become vulnerabilities in the face of climate change. What seems like a marvel of evolution could soon be something to protect and to learn from before it's lost. As we dive deeper into the Antarctic waters, the rules of life shift completely. Water here stays liquid at -1.8 degrees Celsius, and the salinity levels combine with brine rejection to shape the local chemistry. Pressure climbs to the point where it can exceed 400 atmospheres, and for months, the sun is nowhere to be found. These extreme conditions have forced life here to adapt in remarkable ways. At the molecular level, fish have evolved antifreeze glycoproteins that stop ice crystals from forming in their blood, allowing them to survive in water that should freeze them solid. The cell membranes of these creatures are packed with unsaturated fats, which keep them fluid and functional even in freezing temperatures. In some fish, like the icefish, hemoglobin is entirely absent. Instead, they've developed clear blood, an adaptation that works perfectly for oxygen-rich, freezing waters. These fish don't need hemoglobin to carry oxygen because their environment allows for a different approach to survival. But it's not just the fish that have evolved in extraordinary ways. Down at the deepest levels of the ocean, gigantism is a survival strategy for many species. Amphipods and isopods grow to monstrous sizes, scavenging what little food is available. Their bodies are built to withstand the crushing pressure and limited resources, and they survive by being more resilient and opportunistic than the creatures around them. In this darkness, vision isn't the primary sense anymore. Bioluminescence plays a huge role in how creatures survive and hunt. Photophores on creatures like dragonfish emit light that helps them camouflage or attract prey. Meanwhile, their enhanced sensory systems, mechanoreceptors and chemoreception, allow them to detect the slightest vibrations or chemical cues, replacing sight with other more useful senses in the perpetual night. This is where things get really interesting. These adaptations might seem strange, but they are solutions to the extreme pressures of life in Antarctica, and those solutions hold potential for us. The antifreeze proteins in fish blood are already being used in cryopreservation, helping us preserve organs and tissues for longer periods, even in extreme conditions. The cold-active enzymes found in Antarctic microbes are being studied to run industrial processes at low temperatures, cutting down on energy usage and improving efficiency. What's happening in these icy waters isn't just fascinating, it's critical. Antarctica is a living laboratory, one that holds answers not just to the past of life on Earth, but to its future as well. If the climate continues to warm and the ice begins to melt, these adaptations could become vulnerabilities, and that would not only threaten the animals that have adapted to survive here, but also the technology and innovations they've inspired. As we continue to explore this frozen world, remember, the creatures that look like nightmares are the products of millions of years of evolution, adapting to some of the harshest environments known to man. And those very same creatures are showing us the ways that nature can solve problems we haven't even dreamed of yet. These strange creatures are more than just marvels of nature. They're the key to groundbreaking advancements in science and technology. The antifreeze glycoproteins that keep fish blood from freezing are already being used in cryomedicine, helping preserve organs and tissues for transplants. These proteins stop ice crystals from forming, which allows us to preserve delicate biological materials and extend the window for medical treatments. The enzymes from Antarctic microbes are another game changer. These cold-active enzymes are being used to run industrial reactions at lower temperatures, cutting down on energy consumption and making processes more efficient. Industries that rely on high temperatures, such as food processing or detergent manufacturing, can now perform at a fraction of the energy cost, reducing their environmental impact. What was once an adaptation for survival is now an environmentally friendly solution to our industrial problems. Even in robotics, Antarctica's innovations are making waves. The lateral line sensors found in icefish are inspiring the next generation of underwater robots. These sensors, which allow fish to detect vibrations and changes in currents without relying on vision, are perfect for navigating in murky, ice-covered waters. Engineers are studying these systems to build quieter, more efficient, autonomous underwater vehicles, AUVs, that can explore depths previously impossible to reach. Bioluminescence, too, is not just for survival, it's driving medical and environmental technology. Researchers are using bioluminescent proteins to develop bioimaging markers, which can help detect diseases like cancer. These glowing proteins can light up when they encounter specific cells, helping doctors identify problematic tissues in the body. Beyond healthcare, bioluminescence is being used to create environmental biosensors that light up when pollution levels spike, giving real-time data on the health of our ecosystems. The ingenuity of life in Antarctica doesn't stop there. Krill, the tiny shrimp-like creatures at the base of the food web, are also providing critical data for fisheries management. Scientists are using satellite technology to monitor krill populations and track changes in their cycles. This data is being used to design marine protected areas and to prevent trophic collapse by ensuring that ecosystems remain balanced, even as the planet's climate shifts. The science coming from Antarctica has already shown how much we can learn from the strange creatures that call this frozen world home. But there's one thing we must remember. All of this depends on the stability of Antarctica itself. The creatures that thrive here and the technologies inspired by them are all part of an incredibly fragile system. As the ice melts and the climate changes, the balance of life here could tip, and so too could the breakthroughs we've just started to understand. The time to act is now. If we protect the environment that created these incredible adaptations, we ensure that the innovations they inspire will continue to benefit us for generations to come. The strange creatures of Antarctica might look like nightmares, but in reality, they're offering us solutions to the problems we face today. Protect them, and we protect the future. In the end, the lesson is simple. Nature's extreme solutions to survival are showing us how to solve our own challenges. From cryopreservation to clean energy innovations, from underwater robotics to pollution monitoring, the creatures of Antarctica are more than just survivors, they are teachers. And the more we learn from them, the better equipped we'll be to protect our planet's future. The creatures that seem like nightmares are, in fact, nature's most brilliant problem solvers. It's time we paid attention and learned from them before it's too late.